Hello, beautiful humans. This is another special reading that I have filmed with my tarot friend Birgit. The first part of this video is an introduction to who she is, as well as I ask her some questions that are really beautiful. She has some very profound things, like lived through experiences that we talk about, that for me, listening to her was unbelievably healing, but that's the kind of way that I heal. My favorite teachers are those who have lived through something, gained wisdom, and want to share it. So feel free to take part in the first part of this video where we learn from her, listen to her, because she has a nature about her that's very like, I don't know, it's like her whole entire self creates space for us. I don't know if to heal, but yes, that's the first part of this video. And then the second part is Birgit and we do what would be a pick a card reading, because on this channel I film pick a cards, but because it's Birgit and because of the work that she does, which if you're curious about, check out her links in the description of this video. She's a resource for sure. But also, you know, listen to who she is and what she does. But yeah, because of who she is and what she's focusing on with her new business that she's starting, we themed them. So there are 3 different readings that we do. So you can choose to watch it as a pick a card reading, while also this is the kind of thing of if you resonate with the 3 themes, then go ahead and listen to any of the messages. They are for you. The first theme has to do with healing from trauma, just in general, but maybe specifically and especially healing from childhood trauma. So you can go ahead and check that one out. Head to the timestamp. There are timestamps for everything, including the topics that we discuss in the video. The second theme is if you are neurodivergent. It's a message for you. As well as if you know and love someone who is neurodivergent, it's a message for you as well. So head to that one, timestamp. And then the third is if you are expanding into living a more true and authentic life for you, then head to that timestamp. That's group number 3. That's message and pile number 3. It's about authenticity. So again, this is one of those special kinds of pick a card readings where they can be for all of us, and they are really, really gorgeous. That was the flower, not a bug. They're really beautiful readings. I literally feel like I was healed just from being with her, doing these readings with her in person. So check it out. Let me know in the comments how you feel about this reading, what you might gain from it. Give it that like and all that kind of stuff. Subscribe for more. But also, if you're wanting to choose just clairvoyantly, or, you know, intuitively, what group might be calling to you, or you might be drawn to. I'm about to include right after this. Stay tuned. I took a picture and I'll let you guys look at the 3 different piles. They look different from the cards, so you can take a look and just, you know, how I traditionally do pick a card readings on this channel. You can take a look at the piles and intuitively guide yourself to that. But okay, that's it. Please meet Birgit, benefit from her, listen to her, learn about her, anything that you want in the interview portion, and then we've got the pick a cards. So I love you guys. Birgit, hello.
Hello.
Birgit is German. Yes, and we met through doing tarot together. So she truly is one of my tarot friends. And then Birgit, do you mind telling us what it is that you do, as well as the 2 businesses, as much or as little as you want people to be aware of or to know about you?
Yeah, as Erika said, I'm German and living in beautiful Austria.
It is
in a very
gorgeous,
beautiful mountainy area since 1.5 years. I am a trained coach and therapist working here. I'm having an ADHD business. I'm doing ADHD coaching for adults for nearly 20 years now. And I'm at the end of a transformative phase in my personal life, and therefore my business also is transforming, and I'm opening up a second business that's called Finally Being Me. And it's about supporting people in finally becoming themselves, becoming more authentic, reconnecting to themselves, reconnecting to their soul, to their heart. And yeah, that's a passion of mine. I have been on that journey for myself for about 25 years, I think. I am a neurodivergent person. I am autistic. I'm on the autism spectrum. I've always been and felt different and not fitting into that world. And also I have experienced childhood trauma, and being neurodivergent and growing up in a difficult family, so to say, led to me not being myself. Me playing roles, wearing masks, trying to fit in, trying to adapt, and not even knowing who I am, not even knowing what I want, what my desires are, what I'm feeling, being disconnected from my heart, being disconnected from my intuition. And yeah, that made me sick. I suffered from depression, anxiety. I was into toxic relationships, suffered from emotional abuse, and all the things you probably get into when you learn to not feel yourself, not be allowed to be yourself. And yeah, I have recovered a lot from that. I have learned a lot about my autistic constitution and how to allow myself being an autistic person. And I want to support other people on that journey. When you are on that journey to find yourself, especially as a neurodivergent person, or when you experience childhood trauma, yeah, then I hope I can support you. If you're not falling into those two categories, doesn't matter. I have also messages and support for everyone else who is on that journey to more authenticity.
Describe your new business a little bit more, because it's forming and it's taking shape, and she has a tarot channel that things will happen with.
Yes. So my new business is just just sprouting.
Yes, yeah.
So
yeah.
In 2024, as we are, and yeah, I will have products there. That it's a German business. I'm doing my work in German there, but I will have courses there. I will teach the things I learned, the tools, the skills I learned on my own journey to support people. I will probably have some kind of community or membership there to connect to other people on their journey. And I will also, I have already started a tarot channel. It's called Finally Being Me Tarot. I have already have a small amount of readings there.
And they're in English, right?
They're in English, yes. Those tarot, this YouTube tarot channel I'm doing in English.
And your readings that you would do intuitively, they can be, you speak English.
Yes.
So
you can book, if you like my tarot readings on the YouTube channel, you can book an intuitive reading from me in English or in German if you speak German. Yeah, but that's what I'm offering yet, and the other services, they will follow.
Yes. I wanted to ask you, if you don't mind, because you and I have talked about this and we discussed this just earlier. Intuition plays an important part or important role in your journey, like quite passionately. And that's how everything seems to be evolving in your business right now and what it's based around. So I kind of want to ask, like very practically and very grounded, maybe like, I don't know, what is intuition? Or how do we own it? How do we not disown it? Kind of thing. Like for me, I almost feel as if I have to scientifically prove it in order to fully own it. But that might be speaking from my own healing, from my own space of what I think I have to do in order to live with that kind of a mechanism inside of me that tells me which way to go and what's right and wrong for me, moment to moment. Yeah, is that making sense? And did I get to a clear question?
Yeah,
good.
You did. And also we talked about before, but I want to start with kind of a woo part of my answer. So you asked, what does intuition mean to me and why it plays a huge role in my journey and in my business. I think for me, my intuition has saved my life several times. I wouldn't sit here if I wouldn't have some part in myself that always still wanted to live, wanted me to live, be on that earth. I don't know what we can talk about on YouTube, but I was suicidal a lot of times. When I suffered from depressions, I didn't know how to move on, I couldn't bear my life any longer. And but there was always a little part in me that led my footsteps to the next doctor or to the next therapist. And now, today, I would say that's my soul. I have that part in me that always wanted to live and not me ending my life. I would call it my soul, my inner core, in German we have several words for that. I would say my soul. And intuition for me is the voice of my soul. My soul is the core essence of my being. Something I cannot really define or describe, but it's the part of me that always has driven me to stand up again and to seek the next therapy, to do the next step, to progress further, and to say that that couldn't have been all of my life. I do not accept that this crap and shit should have been all I'm experiencing here now. I always had that drive. Otherwise, I wouldn't sit here now. And this intuition was the voice of my soul, who I truly am, what I truly want, what I truly desire. That's what my soul is. And what my soul speaks to me through my intuition. So that's the woo-woo part. How can I identify that?
Why do I feel like I need to prove that? Is that my own trauma? Like what I've experienced?
No, I think that's our society.
Ugh.
So I have had a really hard time accepting intuition. And even when I stumbled across tarot, I felt divided or split in myself because I'm a very logical person, as autistic people are.
It's partly why I like you.
Analytical and logical and emotionless. So, and then I stumbled across tarot and I could not explain it, but I felt, oh, why are they talking about me? How do they know me, my situation, even in details? How does that work? And I wanted to know how that worked, that the cards from tarot readers on YouTube could speak about my situation. And I was curious. And I tried to explain that. I did research, what is tarot and the science behind it and so on. And today I would say, when I'm reading tarot, I'm using my intuition. And I also believe that in the whole huge universe, there is some sort of intelligence or spirit that is connecting and keeping all together. Otherwise, it would flee from the particles, the atoms. They would explode and drift. And there has to be something that keeps everything together.
A unified something.
Yes. And the intuition is, as I said before, I'm believing the voice of my soul. And also the intuition persists of different parts. Intuition for me also is learned and internalized wisdom. When you have experienced something, you can feel in the next situation, oh, I shouldn't do that because I have experienced it in the past. That's also intuition, internalized, learned wisdom. But the intuition part, that's the voice of the soul. That's something I cannot derive from experiences. Sometimes I'm knowing things about people and I cannot explain why I'm knowing that. Mm-hmm. It comes from above or from within. I don't know. I just know things. I see inner pictures. Sometimes I hear things. They just come out of thin air and like a fly, and they are there. That's also intuition. And this might be hints from that source, from that spirit or intelligence, or it might be something my soul shows me, says to me. The soul sometimes speak in kind of a gut feeling, what we call gut feeling. When you feel, oh, this is good for me, this place is calming me, or this person is not good for me. Your body also talks.
Like when you mentioned that you got sick.
Yeah.
Like how often in probably many of our lives, but I know I have, it just endured a pain like that. Yeah. And therefore like ignored how intuition was trying to communicate in any way possible.
Yeah. I'm feeling intuition is you can directly perceive what your soul wants to tell you by knowing something or hearing something. You can also use tools like tarot cards or crystals or whatever tools, or your body also is a tool through which intuition speaks.
Or synchronicities.
Yes, I was disconnected from all of that. I was disconnected from myself so much. I was disconnected from my heart, from my soul, that I think I couldn't hear anything. But nevertheless, my soul managed to keep me alive. Although I didn't hear anything, I didn't feel anything, I was disconnected from my inner voice. I made a lot of wrong choices because I was disconnected from that inner voice. But my soul managed to keep me alive and to bring me on the right path by leading me to the right therapist, or bringing me to the right people, or bringing me to places. And sometimes I didn't go to that therapist. I just did it. And that's also intuition, sometimes doing things, and afterwards you know, oh yeah, that was good for me. Does that make any sense?
Everything that you said, I feel like a lot of people who are watching this, or who will watch it, because we're recording right now, I resonate with all of that, even to the point of, I think YouTube wants us to not use that suicide word, but we're speaking very progressively and empathetically about it right now. Yeah, same, similar journey, my own version of it. Every single word that you said, and that made me wonder, what was my reason? How could I personally describe why I kept going? What did get me back up? Yeah, I know a lot of people can resonate with that a lot. There was one other thing, the last thing maybe, that I wanted to ask you. Do you mind telling us a few of those German words for that intuition thing that you said? There were German words. Mm-hmm. You don't have to define them if it's hard, but just, do you mind giving us those words?
So I've just finished an educational training here in Germany, and it's about trauma-sensitive coaching. And our trainer, she used a couple of different words for what I called my soul. And okay, I will say them in German.
Yeah.
Das unversehrte Wesen, das wahre Wesen, das innere Selbst, das höhere Selbst.
Inner self, larger self.
Inner self, higher self. Unversehrt, the unwounded essence.
Ooh, wow.
Like
inner child?
No, it's
the pure self?
The pure self, but also she said, we have that core essence that nobody, and not even when we experience trauma, can be wounded and damaged. There always will be a whole, healed, pure part of ourselves, the what I call the soul, that nobody can damage.
The innocent self?
Yeah.
I'll stop trying. I just like the concept.
Yeah. And now, as I'm nearly at the end of my healing journey, where I have overcome so much of my trauma and healed it, and through trauma therapy, and I'm still working on the effects of trauma in my life, but now I would say, yes, she's right. There is some part of us that cannot be damaged, even if you experience abuse and violence and whatever. And this innocent part, this core, undamaged, unwounded, whole thing always has driven me and has kept me alive and made me progress on my journey and made me to stand up again when I laid on the ground for several months in depression and burnout, and I said, I cannot do anything. It would be better if I would not be on that earth, in that life. I cannot bear and cannot do any step. But someday I stood up again, and here I am. And I have healed a lot. I have overcome a lot. I'm happy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm grateful.
Yeah.
Because I know
now my body is healing. The body is the last part, the nervous system that is healing. It takes time. Patience.
We have a few readings about that for you.
I'm an Aries.
I just said it the other day. I'm like, I'm not doing anything, and I feel like I need to do something because Aries. Yeah. No, in a lot of ways, what you just said, I messaged with my friend yesterday, and being here where you live and taking a journey and stuff like that, I messaged to my friend something along the lines of, I almost felt like I wasn't I don't know, I felt like a guilty person because how I usually feel, like just months ago, was in this, you know, trauma kind of a situation. But right here, right now, it's kind of much more of like, I literally, by being, you know, traveling, meeting you, being here, I feel like that. Could you say the German word again of that pure self thing?
Das unversehrte Wesen.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. To where yesterday I messaged my friend, I was like, I almost feel strange, like I'm abandoning that way that my nervous system is used to feeling, where I'm in trauma. And right now I don't feel that at all. It's just fucking incredible. Thank you for saying that.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah.
All of it.
I want to say what tarot means for me.
Yes, please. Yes, please.
Because I came to learn about tarot, I think 2 or 3 years ago, when I was really devastated. And the tarot cards helped me reconnect to my intuition, to my inner voice. Because, as I said before, I did not hear anything from my inner being. I always was in my head. Always, I lived in my head, and here I was disconnected from my body, from my gut feeling, from my inner voice. And the cards, so often when I went to therapy and I tried to overcome all my struggles and pains and depression and the breakup and my trauma effects, I did not feel. I had no access to my feelings. I didn't have access to my body. I didn't have access to my desires, to my needs. I didn't have access to me at all, because I was trained to cut it off. And the cards were like a mirror for me. In the cards, I could see what I'm feeling. In the cards, I could see what I need. In the cards, I could see in which situation I am, because my mind and my eyes couldn't see that. My ears couldn't hear that. And the cards were like a mirror. My soul took the cards to show me who I am and who I want to be and where I want to go and what the next step on my healing journey or my growth will be. And in the cards, through the cards, I could reconnect to myself.
You know, when I started doing tarot, it found me in a strange way, and I feel like I started to use tarot to read the world outside of me because from my experience and or perception, it was all a threat to my well-being. And then it evolved in my personal use of tarot before I started reading for other people to become exactly that mirror that I so much needed, so that I knew what was mine, what I could do, what I was doing well, what I could work on. That is wonderful. Do you mind me asking, what was your first tarot deck? Do you remember?
Yeah, it was a standard Rider-Waite tarot deck.
Yeah.
I went to a bookstore and said, do you have tarot decks? And they only had this classic standard Rider-Waite.
Why did you know that you needed tarot?
I didn't know that. I accidentally stumbled across tarot readings on YouTube.
Oh.
I watched videos about mental health and healing, and in the sidebar they recommended tarot readings that had some keywords in the titles, so they were recommended, and I clicked on tarot readings. I didn't know tarot before, and then I watched the readings and I said, why are they knowing about my situation? What's that? And after watching several tarot readings on YouTube, I said, I need those cards. Can I do that too? What's that with the cards? And so I bought a tarot deck.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I found tarot because I like strangely found a book on magic. Magic spelled like my name is with a CK. Mm-hmm. And that was through like a wandering thing, or it was like outside of the esoteric shop in the city that I lived in, and it was like a used book for discount. And I was like, I feel like I'm supposed to buy this, you know, intuition. Now, after so many years after, I was like, it makes sense that I would be drawn to something about how to do magic, because in that moment in time, I was and or felt completely powerless. Like the nature of the abuse that I was receiving had me desperate for power. So then in that book, the first step to doing magic, beyond a dream journal, which I tried and failed at because I sleep too much. I have too many dreams. The next step was get a tarot deck, and it recommended Rider Waite or Hermetic, or I think Thoth. Mm-hmm. And I got Hermetic. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So it's a good place to start, Rider Waite, just general. Yeah. Interesting. I love collecting these stories. So do you mind me asking you to tell people what it is that we're doing your tarot readings for? So this is our chat with Birgit, get to know Birgit, and this was extremely rewarding. Again, we've already recorded the readings, and the readings are unbelievably rewarding. I like claimed 2 of them, and I inserted myself in the 3rd one. Well, just watch the readings. But Birgit constructed these 3 groups to read for, like, based in part on who she is and what she's done and what she is doing. So would you please describe what we're reading?
Yeah, I'm doing tarot readings on the overall theme of becoming more authentic, finally being me is my business. So I'm doing readings to support people on finally becoming themselves, becoming more authentic, and in general for everyone who is on that journey, but also especially for neurodivergent people, as I am, people with autism or ADHD specifically, and readings to help you becoming more authentic and living more authentic as a neurodivergent person. And the other focus I have is doing readings on recovering from childhood trauma.
So yes, we did 3 groups. Group 1, that is the
recovering from childhood trauma.
Yes, if you resonate with that journey and that path, this is a group with messages for you. And if you feel drawn to it, that would be group number 1, and you can check that out. And then group number 2 is messages for neurodivergent.
Yes.
Yes. So yes, likewise, and or if you know a person who is neurodivergent, this message has a direct relation to that for you as well. I would highly recommend it. And then group 3
is the general reading for everybody who is on the path of becoming more authentic.
Yes. Do you mind me asking, is authentisch? Wait, how do you say authentic in German?
Authentisch.
Okay, I was close. I think I made it like more French.
We don't have the TH. It's written the same, authentisch.
Oh, but you don't say...
But you don't...
Authentic.
Authentisch.
Authentisch. Yeah. Wait, what it? Authentisch?
Authentisch.
I don't know why that matters. But yeah, that's the 3rd group, is the authentisch. So yeah, honestly, this is a reading where you could watch all 3 of them and benefit from all 3 of them. I did. So yes, go ahead and head to the timestamps now, description of the video. You can fast forward to see your messages, but also there are links for Birgit and what she does in the description as well, links to her business and links to be able to book her for an intuitive reading if you would like, in English or German. Either way. Do you speak any other languages?
little bit of Spanish, but not not for a reading.
That's probably like way better than any of my language skills. I'm an American. I'm just language lazy, even though I don't want to be. But okay, that's it. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for doing this with me. This is just...
Yeah, it was a pleasure. Thank you too.
Oh, you're so welcome. No, I feel better, honestly, after doing these readings, and I feel really good after just talking with you. Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah.
You have a way of speaking that I'm just enchanted by.
Okay.
More than I learned from. But okay, that's it. Head to the timestamps in the description, all that kind of stuff. Love you guys.
Bye. So, hello group 1, you chose the pile that is about recovering from childhood trauma, and I have your cards here. I haven't seen your cards yet, but I'll turn them over. And we start with the overall theme of your reading, which is great. Voyage of the heart, love flows through you and to you. And yeah, voyage of the heart, that's the core thing when you are recovering from childhood trauma. I'm on that path too still. I have recovered a lot from childhood trauma, and I'm still and connecting to the heart, connecting to what is in the heart, who I am, who you are, what you love, is the core thing to do on that journey. When we suffer from childhood trauma, when we have experienced childhood trauma, we were disconnected from ourselves to survive. If we would have been connected to our hearts, we probably wouldn't have been able to survive. So we had to disconnect from ourselves. That meant we had to disconnect from our heart, from our feelings, from our desires, from who we are at our core. And recovering from childhood trauma is about reconnecting to our heart. And this is a voyage of the heart. And also a voyage of learning what love is. Love flows through you and to you. People who experience childhood trauma don't know what love is. They don't experience love. They experience whatever, abuse, mistreatment. And to learn what love is, to feel loved, to be able to love ourselves, receive love, give love, is the core thing to do on that journey. So yeah, great card. Okay, so what's the message for you? Yeah, of course, the Five of Swords. If you're familiar with tarot, you know the Five of Swords is the card for mental struggle, fights, being defeated, being a victim or being a victor. It's all about power struggles. It's about winning and losing. And that's also a core experience when you experience childhood trauma. It's about winning and losing, and you lose as a child. And it's mostly about parents who don't know how to love you and care for you. Sometimes it can also mean abuse, violence, physical, emotional, mental violence. So what else do we have? The Five of Pentacles.
Four.
The Four, yeah.
Yes. Well, no, five, it's not, there are no mistakes.
It's
there are no
four.
slip-ups. Five of Pentacles is arguably how these people are feeling.
Yes, yes. Yeah, that's interesting. It's the
Isn't
four.
it?
It's the Four of Pentacles, but it leads to the Five of Pentacles. The Four of Pentacles You learned to be restricted. You learned to restrict yourself. And you grow up as a restricted person with lack. Sometimes with really physical issues, punishment. Maybe you are suffering from physical injuries or health issues. Maybe you suffer from money, lack of resources. But the Four of Pentacles is all about being restricted, not having enough, not being able to give and receive. You see how that person clings to that pentacle. He's fully booked. There is no freedom. Yeah, and after the Four of Pentacles, there comes the Five of Pentacles, which I accidentally mentioned. The Five of Pentacles also is about being the outcast, not being integrated, feeling alone, not having a real true connection to other people. Yeah, and the Five of Swords and the Four of Pentacles, that's the energy of living in a family where you experience childhood trauma. That's the daily bread. Kind of sad. So, and now we have the Six of Cups. Yeah. I'm curious what the other cards will be, because now we are still in the past. I'm feeling the Five of Swords and the Four of Pentacles. That's the past, what you experienced, what you have experienced. The Six of Cups is also talking about your childhood. It's talking about the past, and I think that's it with that card. Yeah. The Eight of Wands. So, the Eight of Wands can mean a lot of different things in the tarot. In this message, I would say it talks about change, movement, freedom, progression, speed, development, evolution. It's all about moving forward with speed and energy and moving through the air. It's moving into freedom. It's coming out of that restrictedness, coming out of that mental fight, war, winning or losing energy. There you are. I'm feeling you have overcome a lot, and a lot of those struggles are behind you, and you are on that voyage of the heart. You are in the middle of that road. You are not fully stuck in the past. I'm feeling you are on the way. You are not really where you want to be, but you are moving and progressing. So heads up if you need a little bit of encouragement. The Ten of Swords. Okay, I have two cards, the Ten of Swords, and I will turn around the last card also, because I'm feeling they go together. Ah. So the Ten of Cups and the Six of Wands. The Ten of Cups.
Swords. Again, this is too perfect that you just said cups. It's not a mistake. It's not a mistake.
Okay.
Yeah.
The Ten of Swords.
Perfect.
Thank you.
No,
Thank you.
it's perfect. It's literally perfect.
The Ten of Swords, when I'm doing reading around the topic and the theme of trauma, the Ten of Swords means the traumatized nervous system. The Ten of Swords is the ultimate card for trauma. The Six of Wands is overcoming and winning, being successful. So you are on that path. Things are moving. I want to say that maybe you are feeling that things are not progressing. Maybe you are feeling you are stuck in those energies. you are stuck in the past, always having another lesson to learn, always the next cycle repeating, and you're feeling nothing is moving, but it is. And so, and I can say that with conviction, if that's the correct English word, because I've been on that path, and you can overcome that trauma shit, I want to say. You can overcome that patterns, you can overcome your thoughts, your belief system, your emotions being triggered all the time, having emotional flashbacks all the time, being physically ill all the time because of what your system had to endure. It's possible to jump onto the horse and ride into the sunset. It's a journey. It's not easy. It's a long path, but you are on that way, connecting, reconnecting to your heart from which you have been separated. And I'm feeling this pile is about encouragement. Don't give up. Don't think you have reached the end of what is possible for you. That's not the end. You are in the middle of the road. And if you can look back 1 year or 2 or 3 years, you're not where you were. And you will progress and grow further, and you will, when you continue on that path, you will be able to experience love. Healthy love, not trauma-bonded, conditional love. Yeah, if you are this and that, if you behave this and that, then I will love you. That's not love. That's what you experienced in the past. So this is the last card of your reading. And this is the encouragement to celebrate your successes and to move on that path. And if you're feeling that you're nailed to the ground, then this won't last. Pile 1, I feel that's it. I hope this reading was helpful and useful. And Erika wants to add something.
No, I just want to say that like, I cannot believe the cards. Yeah. Like, for our intention and for what Birgit does and who she is, I'm like, that, and honestly, I love that you pointed out, because I was lost in what you were saying about the first, do you mind if I touch your card? Okay. This first card, like how Birgit was talking about, and to you, and what that means to someone who has suffered from childhood trauma. That stuck out to me. And then when Birgit accidentally, which did not, like the way that this reading was, I was listening and where it was forming the same 5 of Pentacles and feeling left out, it made so much sense, because this 5 of Swords in another deck that I have, I'm trying to learn, but I remember 5 of Swords is Aquarius energy, and I think it's something like Moon and or Venus in Aquarius, which are 2 very emotionally driven energies in an air sign. And there's something about like what you experienced in your childhood that left you in a place that had no space for emotion. It was all like anything that dealt with the heart space that is not logical. Or like one of the last things that you just said to end this reading, I was like, yeah, that's it. So then the 5 of Pentacles is that energy of, I don't know how to get into that place where my physical world has a lot more emotion in it. And then everything that Birgit said is you're coming to it, you're going to it, you will get there. And then when she said the 10 of Cups, instantly when I saw the 10 of Swords, I thought the 10 of Cups. Like, it came into my head, the one part of this card where it says, like, some readers and some decks will say that this means that the worst is over, something like that. Or I have another deck that it's like, there is nothing more you can do with the head and the mental. You must go down into the heart space. This voyage of the heart. Both of those I thought were so appropriate. And then when Birgit turned over the 6 of Wands, I was like, and then she was saying 10 of Cups. I'm like, that's it. Cups, heart, ultimate emotional fulfillment. You have a design in these cards that are like what Birgit was saying, like, keep going. It is going to happen. And the encouragement is here. I think I needed this reading because I'm on a journey, and we just had a conversation about how so much of this could apply to me. So, you know what? I'm claiming this, if that's all right. And then I got cards as well. I'm going to turn them over right now just to see. There's like one little added message that I wanted to add for you guys. Decisions. I have no idea how this is going to apply or anything. I haven't seen these cards. Decisions. And then the Hermit tracks. As well as the Ace of Swords. Brilliant. And then we also have Taming the Wind. Crap. Wind I associate with swords, with the mind energy. And then we have, oh, come on, Father of Air. That's the King of Swords. So these cards, I feel like literally all that they are telling me is that you've done enough service to self. Not necessarily enough. There's something like you can pick and choose right now. Trust your decision-making process, that it holds enough of you in it. The Hermit energy is like, I identify with this card big time because I had to go through this of like, I don't understand anymore about the world around me. I need to touch base with me, my voyage of the heart, and it must start with me, what's inside, you know? I feel you all having done that. I feel you all integrating that quite well. And isn't there something that you said about the nervous system? I feel like this last little message is, I almost want to say the words, although it might not sound appropriate to say it like this, but you are healed enough to literally pick a course of action right now. If you're wondering, if you're wavering, if you've done some things and they didn't work out, or you're lacking trust or faith in yourself or where you've gotten to up to this point, I really feel like that mental part of your healing journey, as well as your nervous system, with these 2 cards especially, are showing me that you are more ready, more aware, like more benefited, more healed than you might give yourselves credit for. So do go ahead, trust your decision, trust your nervous system.
May I say something
about
this?
Yes.
So this decision card immediately gave me a thought. It's sometimes when you are on that path, you want to move up, yeah? That's what you want. You do not want to stay laying on the ground. Always this trauma, always having to spend so much energy self-regulating yourself and overcoming flashbacks or whatever. You want to move up, and you think, what can I do to feel better? What can I do to progress? What can I do to move up in my life? But
is that going to take me back to what I've known?
Yeah. So, and you don't want to go down, you want to go up. But sometimes on that journey, there is no down or up. It's a bare land and a straight road, and you just have to move straight on forward. Do the next step. Do your dishes, dress in the morning, do what is on your to-do list for the day. Sometimes it's not the big thing, or moving up and not falling down, or and the big progressions or leaps. It's maybe for you today, it's just moving forward one step, doing that one day, doing what is necessary today. And the leaps up, maybe that's tomorrow or next week. You will see. I wanted to add that.
That's brilliant. No, in my own hermiting healing journey, even doing the dishes, I like, there have been very few days where I've like even paused in doing that. Like, as in, is it better for me to be a blob today? I'm being serious because I love clean things. I love my cleanness. No, I would literally even debate the decision to do dishes.
Yeah.
So I love that you said that and mentioned that. But yeah, now I'm done. Now we're done.
Okay.
Yes.
Group 1, that was your reading. We hope it was helpful.
Thank you.
Also, if you feel drawn to the other 2 groups, then also watch them. They have different themes and topics, and so all of them might fit for you.
And if you feel drawn to Birgit, as I do, then check out the links in the description of this video. She does intuitive readings and many other helpful things. So yes, I love you. Yeah. Bye.
Bye. Hi Group 2, this is your reading. When you chose pile 2, which is about becoming more authentic as a neurodivergent people, when you have ADHD and or autism. So why am I reading? Why am I doing reading about neurodivergence? Because I am an autistic person myself, and that was a huge part of my journey of finally becoming my true authentic self, learning to accept that I'm different, I'm wired differently, and learning to unmask, if you're familiar with that word. Yeah, so I'm not only reading cards, but I'm also speaking from my own experience here. I don't know why I'm saying that, but we'll see.
I like that you did. No, it's a passion of mine to have everybody else understand you and have everybody else integrate and thrive. Yeah, so yeah, thank you for saying that.
So I have drawn cards from an oracle deck for the overall theme of your reading, and I wanted to have 1 card, the other piles have 1 card, and you have 2 cards, which is interesting because you are the neurodivergent people. So now you have 2 cards about the overall theme, and let's see what it is. Fellow travelers, support us all around you, which you do not feel when you grow up as a neurodivergent people, that there is even anyone who understands you. Nevertheless, support is all around you. But faraway places, get ready for new horizons. So maybe you are in a situation where you think, well, where are the people who understand me and, and who will support me in my weirdness? I do not have fellow travelers, and not all around me. So, first message for you, get ready for new horizons. Maybe there are fellow travelers that you do not recognize yet because you are a peacock, yeah? And you're looking for other peacocks and they are somewhere, but there are humans around you and you do not recognize them as your fellow travelers because, yeah, you are a peacock and they are humans, and peacocks and humans are very different creatures. But as a neurodivergent people, it's necessary, really necessary. I have experienced that myself, to have other peacocks, so that you can say something or do something and you do not have to explain yourself endlessly, but to have someone who says, you don't have to continue, I know what you mean. That's so relieving. You need that. When you do not have other peacocks around you, go find them. That's so healthy. And you can find them in therapy groups, in self-help groups, on the internet, wherever. Go find your peacocks. But also you will have humans around you. And Maybe you have tried to explain yourself to humans. Well, I'm a peacock. I will do this. I will show my feathers and I will pick grass from the ground. And the humans have said, well, you are weird. Nobody does that. You have to be different. You need to change. Well, you need to walk on your 2 feet. You need to eat bread and milk. When you have people around you who really do not understand what you might feel like or why you behave as a peacock, these people are not your support system. People, human beings can be your support system, but they need to be the right ones. And sometimes it takes a lot of time and you need to kiss multiple frogs. Do you have that saying in English? Yeah?
Yeah.
To find your human fellow travelers. So, okay. Now we get to your tarot cards. What's the message for you? Okay, I'm now out of concept because I've turned over the last card I picked for your pile and now it came out as the first card and it's the 8 of Cups in reverse. So, and for my autistic brain, I expected this to be the last card. Now it's the first card and my autistic brain now is irritated. But that's kind of my weirdness. Doesn't matter. The 8 of Cups in reverse.
Maybe it does matter. I like working with your brain.
What's the message? The 8 of Cups in reverse. You're not able to leave something behind. You're not able to move on from something. That's what comes to my mind. We'll see what the other cards will be. The King of Wands. The King of Wands is someone who is standing and living in his power. He is not, if the King of Wands is a neurodivergent person, then he has understood it, accepted it, and he is living it. He says, well, I am the King of Wands. I have a weird little salamander on my t-shirt, yes. I have my head shaved, yes. I'm sleeping with the lions, yes, I do. So what? That's a long journey to be able to stand there as a neurodivergent person, to be able to stand there in this confidence and to live by your own rules. The King of Wands, I wanted to say King of Cups, the King of Wands doesn't care what other people think, doesn't care if anybody likes his t-shirt. He does what he loves, he is who he is. I don't know really how this is connected to the 8 of Cups in reverse, but we will see. The 3 of Pentacles. Yeah, there are your fellow travelers working together, building something together. I have to knit this message together. It's not clear for me now, until now.
Wow, you were thinking that, weren't you? Oh no, that's, yeah.
The Queen of Cups. Oh, this is a German deck, I'm just
I
seeing.
didn't see it. I was like, the König, Königin. Queen.
The Queen of Cups. The Queen of Cups is your inner part that is connected to your intuition and to your feelings and to your heart. So, and I'm feeling she plays a central role in your situation. She is the missing link. You're looking for a link. Here you are, and there is the outside world. And you are looking for connection, for fellow travelers, and you cannot find them because you cannot recognize them. And I'm feeling you are standing there in your life. That's where you want to be, in your power. You want to collaborate with the human beings around you, but they don't understand you. You want to move on from being this outcasted peacock amongst the human beings. You want to leave behind the sadness, but you cannot, because you cannot find your support system. And here comes the Queen of Cups. And she says, yeah, you cannot find your support system because you are not listening with your heart. You are not feeling with your intuition. You have some kind of wrong filter. You are looking for the wrong, you're searching with the wrong filter categories. There are supportive people around you, but you cannot recognize them. Something is unclear in my intuition. There is some kind of veil. And maybe that's your veil. Yeah, have patience with me. The last card for you is the Hermit. Yes. So, you may be feeling veiled or confused. You may feel like you are looking around, searching for your support system, for supportive people, people who understand you, people who have your back. You're doing and looking and searching and connecting to people, and you want to be the King of Wands, and you want to collaborate with others as the King of Wands or as the peacock who you are. And you want to move on from being alone and not having a support system. But you are too busy finding your people. You are too distracted. You are too restless. So you cannot feel the people. You cannot really feel what you need, who you need. You cannot really connect to the people who are around you. You scan them, you see them, you categorize them, and you sort them out because you say, that's not a peacock, that's a human being. He won't understand me, she won't understand me. You are too busy, too distracted, too fast, sorting people out. And also I'm feeling you don't really know which kind of people would be benefiting for you and how the people around you would be supportive for you. You are in a rush, I'm feeling, trying to find the right path, the right solutions, the right thing to do. And therefore, you cannot find your support system, but there are people around you, and the way to find them is to retract from the world.
That works, yeah.
Withdraw from the world, slow down, quiet down the noise around you and in yourself, and put your goals a little bit to rest. And feel the people around you. feel the people, not scan them with your head and sort them out, but observe them and feel them. How am I feeling around this person? Would this person be someone who I probably would be able to open up to if I would show myself a little bit more? Would this person probably be supportive and understanding? So get ready for new horizons. That means you need to get ready. You need to change and do something differently, because there are supportive people around you. You don't necessarily need new people, but open up to the people who would be safe and supportive for you, and turn inwards to recognize them.
I have stuff. Though the whole time I was like, this is cool. I'm going to add, as the human, I don't have any, knowingly at this point, any diagnosis or condition of neurodivergence. I'm the human who wants to connect. And I found Birgit through what I call Queen of Cups energy. Through tarot. Through doing tarot together, our intuition, our super sensitivities, our heart space. And for me, so much of what this reading was talking about for you all were things that I could identify with. Even to the point where I can see people outside of me in this as being more dominant, more successful, having it right where I have it wrong. In a lot of ways, I can identify as the human and not the peacock. I can still identify as best as I can through empathy, through my heart space, what it is like. And also, I am a human who really does not like at all anything that would interrupt my ability to do this with anyone at all. So then, please do this and find us. That's like, especially with this, when Birgit held this up, I'm like, I want to see you. I'm a person who wants to recognize from the heart space. Maybe not all of those ways in which mentally I might be better or worse, or more effective or less effective. From the heart space, it becomes very easy. And that's what this makes me feel like. It makes me feel like this person shines and doesn't know it. Yeah, and I could identify with so much of this, and I love how well this reading came out. Like, even with the 8 of Cups in reverse, like, I felt like when that came out, I was feeling this sensation of like, you don't, or like you might not have to walk away. Maybe it might not, or maybe also it might be like things that were emotionally empty, like, are no longer going to be for you all. Maybe. I get very happy when I see these cards, because I'm a person who wants to connect and wants to figure that way out, to understand, and so that it isn't, like Birgit was saying, so much work to explain. All we need to do is just feel, if that makes sense.
Thank you.
Oh my God, you're so welcome. Thank you for this. God, how perfect are these? I have cards for one little added message, and we'll see what they are. And yes, definitely chime in. We have endless possibilities. Well, that's pretty. And then we also have Queen of Wands. Now we have the Queen of Wands with shining light. That is what that Hermit card was having me think of. We also have 2 of these cards, the Sacrifice. Ha! I've got a message already. And the Gatherer. I have 2 more cards, but I'm like jumping forward to this message. What I want to request of you all as the human, I like peacocks. I love looking at them. Not like just looking at you. I would make a friend with a peacock. We could live together. What do you need? I will help and provide it. There's this energy coming through, especially with this Queen of Wands. I feel like what you may have thought you have had to do in order to find support is somehow sacrifice parts of who you are. What my cards feel like they are telling you, and hopefully what Birgit's reading is coming to, is to show yourself more exactly as who you are. I feel like that 8 of Cups in reverse thing was a bit of that, what you've had to do to sacrifice. Like, you are neurodivergent, but still fit in, still be normal. And that has to be painful. That has to be painful. And for me, it's dysfunctional. I don't think I could build anything with somebody who isn't who they are, you know? Anything lasting and good. So then the sacrifice, I'm dropping that. We've got the gatherer energy. And we also have endless possibilities. That's this get ready for new horizons thing. And I feel like a whole lot of it is coming through because of your ability to embrace your necessity. I heard that word. I also heard the word access to your own courage, your own light, your own joy, and your own determination to see your way into the world, into those new horizons. And for me, Queen of Wands shines. Like what Birgit was saying about the king, how he wears that t-shirt and he doesn't care. There's something about that energy, I'm feeling the word should come from you all, if you want it to. And then the last 2 cards, 5 of air with the word fear. I don't blame you. And then Mother of air, but say it, do it, live it, exactly who you are, as best as you can. And hopefully the confidence builds in time as you meet more and more people who care from the heart space like I do. I wish that for everybody. So yeah, how do you feel about that?
Thank you for being the human who wants to connect to us weirdos. Or to me, at least.
Yes.
I appreciate that. Yeah, thank you for your additional message.
I appreciate your authenticity.
Yeah.
Oh, you're welcome. But yes, that's it. That's what we have for you all.
Yeah, group 2, we hope this reading was helpful for you. And if you feel drawn to the other piles and groups, because you also suffer from childhood trauma or the 3rd general pile, then go watch them and there might be messages in for you as well.
And also, if you're drawn to Birgit, check out the links for her. She does intuitive readings and many other things that you might benefit from. It's in the description of this video. But yeah, bye. I love you.
Hello, group 3. When you chose the 3rd pile, it's about your journey of becoming your true authentic self, your journey for more authenticity. I have 1 card from an oracle deck that talks about the overall theme of your reading, and then I have different tarot cards. And now let's see what the overall theme is. Shall we show the card?
We shall.
So, reaching your destination, your light is shining brightly. This is such a long journey, becoming authentic. I'm sometimes saying your true authentic self, but depending on from where you started, from how disconnected you were from yourself, how far away you were from yourself, this might be a really long journey, a lifelong journey. But this reading seems to be about reaching your destination. Your light is shining brightly. Is. Not will be someday in the future, but is.
The castle in the bubble.
I'm thinking, so I'm pausing. There is something about the castle in the bubble. And you see, this is nighttime. But behind the castle, behind the destination, there is the sunlight. And there are also small bubbles and a butterfly, which often talks about transformation. Maybe I'm feeling you do not really believe in ever being able to reach your destination. Maybe are you thinking, well, this is a dream castle, reaching my destination, being more authentic, dropping my masks and showing my authentic self and doing what I love in my life and showing up and expressing who I am. And you dream about it, but you are not believing that you can reach it? So we'll see what the message is. So the world. The world nearly is the same card as this. It talks about closing out one cycle and entering a new. It's about leaving a whole world and entering a new whole world. And you also have the circles and the butterflies. So if you are doubting that you ever be able to leave behind whatever you want to leave behind, then let me tell you, work on your belief system.
It almost looks like that castle in the bubble is like the dream of the authentic life. Mm-hmm. And then this world card looks like the person is occupying what it was that was the dream. There's no longer the bubble. They're like either inside the bubble or the bubble popped and became reality.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it.
So let's see what's next. The Hanged Man in reverse, and you see he's not hanging down, but he's standing up, enlightened, and I'm feeling he's moving up. He's coming out of that restrictiveness here with that bonds and that trees and that gewiggle, we say in German.
Tied up?
Yeah, tied up. And I'm feeling it's opening up. Something is opening up. So you might be in a situation where you think, oh, I want to reach my destination. I want to finally move out of restrictions, struggles, masks, the life you have built around you to cover who you really are. And this is becoming more authentic, is like leaving a whole world behind. It's not like changing one habit, eating vegan instead of eating meat. Yeah, that's one little tiny thing of becoming more authentic. But sometimes becoming more authentic is like, I need to leave the whole world behind. I need to leave people behind that are not good for me. I need to leave my job behind, which burns me out. I need to leave my city behind, my country behind. I need to leave patterns behind. How I'm behaving, how I'm dressing, what I'm saying, where I'm going. Sometimes it's a whole new world. And this is a lot of untangling that needs to be done. And maybe you think, well, in the near future, maybe there might be some castle I might be reaching. Maybe. But it might be nearer than you think. the Queen of Pentacles. She has landed.
I know this whole reading is so like, yeah.
That's an earthy person. She is not dreaming about a castle somewhere in the future. She is sitting on her tree, having her jewels around her, her wisdom. She has settled down in her new life.
And she's hosting from it.
Yeah. So, where are you in this reading?
Wow. Wow. I'm being a dork.
So, the Eight of Cups and the Nine of Pentacles. I'm feeling you... What's the English expression?
Say it in German.
Du hast nicht mitbekommen, dass du deine Welt schon verlassen hast.
Something like you're not becoming...
You're not aware of already having left so much behind.
Yeah.
You have left so much behind. You have untangled yourself from so much. You are already... Okay. You have already built up a new world for yourself. You already are in a Nine of Pentacles energy. You have already built so much of a new world, new self, new life around you. But I'm feeling you do not see it. So you're still feeling trapped, wrapped.
I feel like they might be on the verge of having something outside of them reflect it. Because I was just wondering, I was like, why aren't they seeing it? Because these cards, I'm like, it's there.
Yeah, it's there. But so you're still feeling, oh, I have to leave behind this and that. It's like, so we had the Eight of Cups in another group. And you're still feeling you are in the darkness, and you're still, yeah, we always have the next goal in mind on our journey. But you are not in the darkness. It's not so dark around you as you think. You are not on the beginning of your journey. You do not have to start out leaving things behind. So I'm feeling it's about you changing your perspective. You're not hanging down.
Oh, I didn't like it. My energy felt like right when you turned that, I was like, turn it back the other way. Thank you. I don't know why, but I'm like, stop it. Sorry. That felt like it was like hurting.
Yeah, it's for you, it's really about changing your perspective.
Wow.
It's about seeing what you already have accomplished, seeing what you already have built, seeing what already is there. You have the Queen of Pentacles and the Nine of Pentacles. I'm feeling that's your current energy. You are there. You are established. But why are you stuck in thinking that you are still in the dark?
Do you mind me sharing my story of why I'm even here?
Yeah.
It's perfect. No, I'm here with Birgit in her country where she lives. And like, I would have thought that I'm like, you know, I've been doing my best to live authentic, building up this channel so I get to be who I am and like live, you know, my conscious business life with me being authentic and all that kind of stuff. All the detangling that Birgit was talking about with the hangman, I identify with that so much, like total. And then for months now, I've just been kind of sitting there wondering what more I need to detangle, or where is the next thing going to come from or happen. And then I think it was when I was in that session with you, Birgit, and I asked you to read cards on a potential trip. And then all of a sudden, like, all of this whole trip that I'm now literally starting, and I'm visiting Birgit first, and it's all come through me doing this channel, Do Tarot. It all happened, and I feel like this. I feel like I'm me, and I feel like I'm the Queen of Pentacles as well. I'm traveling to people that I know and friends, and we're doing tarot, and I'm hosting from that space. That is true and authentic for me. But just weeks ago, I couldn't see it. I didn't see it. So I almost feel like your whole reading is showing you that something might occur, like right now. Right now, like when Birgit held this card up and she said, your light is shining. Is. Like there's gonna be something that you're not aware of, just maybe right now while you're hearing this reading, that in a moment's time or in a mysterious, synchronistic, magical breath that you take, it'll just become crystal clear. Like my life 4 weeks ago didn't have any of this trip in it. Like maybe 4 weeks, I don't even remember. It's just so quick. And then all of a sudden I'm sitting here like these cards are showing, and I'm like, I'm in it. I'm in the castle bubble. I'm like, wow. So yeah, does that help?
Yeah, sometimes, yeah, I also know that from my own journey. Sometimes, so especially if you transform a lot in a small amount of time, your nervous system cannot adapt to that transformation you are doing. Your nervous system needs time to notice and become aware of, oh, I am already there. It has already changed. I can feel differently. I can think differently. So, but sometimes, so don't trick yourself, or don't let yourself be tricked by your brain or nervous system. When you think and feel, I haven't accomplished anything, and everything is foggy, and I'm still where I was a year before, or something like that. That's just your thoughts and feelings that might not be reality.
That's exactly where it was.
Yeah.
Like I was just like, what more do I need to unravel? I'm still in the same spot. But yeah. I wasn't.
No, it's just that you are used to being in the darkness. Your nervous system, your thoughts, your feelings, your whole system is used to, I'm not where I am. I have to change. I have to progress. Let's move on. And when you actually change something, your system is the last one to come to English word.
I think I'm like, I know what you're saying.
To get where you are in your life.
Well,
so when you are in a situation where you think, I have not progressed, I have not grown, I have not developed, that's not necessarily the truth. That's maybe just your thoughts and feelings. And take a look at your life and ask yourself, is what I'm perceiving reality, or is my system just delayed?
You know what I did yesterday? I had that time where I was like sitting in this beautiful place that you live in nature. And then my friend, who I'll be seeing later, she messaged me, and then I just told her that I feel so happy in that moment. But then I was like, more than that, I feel peace. And it's really interesting what Birgit is saying, and I'm claiming this. I'm relating to this message like big time. I just thought that there was a whole lot of more unraveling. Yeah, and then if I really gave myself the space, the moment to feel what it felt like, I'm like, no, I'm actually quite here. I have some more cards, just a little message, and maybe they might shed a little bit more light on this and why it's, you know, a bit of confusion more than our open, you know, sharing with you all. Look at that. Moving on. We also have the Magician. Okay, you guys, I mean, I know you have something cooking. It's just, you have something that's possible. The Magician card shows up when it's like you have a manifestation here and ready and available for you. Like you're doing it. We also have the, oh God, I love this card. The Curse. I could stare at that forever. That I feel like we can relate. God. Okay, the Sorcerer. That's another Magician energy. It's like you are not the curse anymore. Wow, that feels really almost too big to say. I almost want to say you're not the curse right now.
Cursed anymore. You are not cursed.
I'm gonna cry. And then we have Father of Earth.
Yeah.
We had the Queen of Pentacles. We had that with this energy here. I don't know, it's like marry yourself kind of vibes. But even then, I feel like you have the potential of awareness of physical power and presence in your reality far more capable, far more there than what you have been allowing yourself to perceive, because the curse kind of thing and then the knowingness of needing to move on and doing all those kinds of actions maybe might have become such a neurological pattern. Wow, that feels really good. And at this point, just the shift in focus, the shift in the awareness of you can support more, you can host yourself, you can thrive. It is, I really feel like it's a lot less about doing that, looking into the future and unraveling, a whole lot more about you're there, start occupying. Shit. How do you feel?
Good. That's great.
Yeah. I feel literally like I am the one who's benefited from this reading. Aw. Okay. Yeah. That's it. That's what we have for you.
Yeah. Group 3. We hope you enjoyed the reading. It was helpful for you. If you feel drawn to the other piles, you can also watch them. There might be messages for you.
And if you feel drawn to Birgit, like I do, I have links for her and her services. She does intuitive readings if you're interested in a whole lot of other things. So check out the links for her in the description of this video. And that is all.
Yeah. Bye.
I love you.